Hey everyone, this is Jesse, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a video review. And no, I'm not getting back into collecting the toys, but there were a few Revenge of the Fallen figures that really caught my eye, and one of them happens to be the figure that I'm holding, and that is Autobot Sideswipe here. Now in this alternate mode here, Sideswipe is a concept Corvette Stingray, or concept Stingray Corvette. As you can see, it's this really sleek looking silver car. Looks pretty fast. If you look at the back here, it doesn't really have the classic Corvette look to it. And when I think of Stingray Corvettes, I generally think of a thinner area here, and it gradually gets wider as you get to the front of the car. If you look here on this, that's not the case at all with this concept. But if you do look at it from the front, and the fender area here above the wheels is raised up, so it sort of has that Stingray look to it from the front. Other than that, again, this is a silver car, as you can see. The windows are made up of a translucent blue plastic. If you look at the windshield here, the windshield actually wraps around to the side of the vehicle, making the side windows and the windshield essentially just one piece. And the back here is split off into two different windows here. So we've got that. For the taillights, we have the translucent red plastic. Otherwise, we just have this silver paint job. And the one thing that I've noticed in this mode, and I don't know if this is something that shows up on all of the Sideswipe toys, or if it's just mine. If you look at the back here, you can see that this is actually raised up a little bit. If I push it down, you can see that it can actually go flush, but as I do that, this area right here is raising up and moving out of place. There's no way for this to actually lock down there, so I'm going to assume that it's just an issue with my figure, or maybe it's just a molding issue altogether in the way it was designed. So that's one minor issue here in car mode, but it is sort of minor. So other than that, I really like it. The mirrors here on the side of the car are made up of a rubbery type of plastic. You can push on them and they'll bend, and you can't really break them off. But again, here is Sideswipe in car mode, and I'm now going to show you the transformation to robot mode. Now, I'm not really at the point that I can do this totally without the instructions yet, so I'm going to be referring to those. If you see me looking down over here in this general direction, that's what I'm looking at. So to start off here, and let me show you the bottom of this figure real quick before I start the transformation. You can pretty much see a good majority, I would say, I don't know, roughly like 90% of the robot mode just stuffed underneath the car here. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the transformation. Now the first thing you got to do is pull the front wheels down, which is kind of a pain because they don't want to seem to come down on my figure as one single piece. The front of the car here is actually locked together, and on mine I got to split that off in order to do that. And this is the first time that I'm actually reviewing using the camera here. Well, I guess it's not the first time I'm actually doing this. It's the first time that I'm trying to transform a somewhat complicated transformer and show you what I'm doing using the built-in camera here on my computer. So this is going to be kind of hard. If I happen to block a part of the transformation so that you can't see it, I apologize. But alright, so here we go. So you got to pull the front wheels down, which is again sort of a pain. Alright, there we've got the left wheel down. Try and do it to the same thing over here to the right. Again, I have no idea why this is such a pain. There we go. Okay, I've got that. The next thing you got to do is pull the back wheel and this entire side panel up and get it out of the way here. And that is sort of a pain too, because that's locked way inside there. There we go. Get that up and out of the way like this. do that to the same thing to the other side over here. There we go. And the next thing I'm going to do here is, well, get it around here so you can see, raise the arms up. And then I'm also going to fold the hood pieces up here. This actually splits in half. I promise you it splits in half. There we go. So I'll fold these panels up. Get the arm out of the way here. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to flip it around here so you can see. I'm going to pull the entire leg section down. And next I'm going to stand, damn it, get the arm piece out of the way here. I'm going to flip the entire midsection up here and rotate it up. And as I do that, if I remember this correctly, I'm going to fold this top piece out of the way here, and then as I push the midsection in here and lock it into place, it's going to push the robot head up so that it is now visible. And I'm going to fold the back panel down here. And then I'm going to take what were the hood pieces here and fold them backwards to get them out of the way. And then after I do that, I'm going to rotate the panels here, and then I'm going to simply fold them down. Just to finish the arm transformation and get that over with, I'm going to flip the hands out here. I'm going to do that to the other side. They're just on the inside of the forearm here. Flip them out. There you go. And lastly here, I need to work on the legs. So I'm going to split them apart. As you can see, they're pretty much split apart there. Next thing I'm going to do is rotate the feet down and then flip this piece down. And then I'm going to take the inner piece, which is this round little disc here, if you can see it, and fold it down so that it doesn't really lock into place, but it like covers the wheel that's on the bottom of the foot there. Get the arms down situated here. Just get the back piece out of the way here so that it's locked down correctly. Because I know there's something I'm missing here. There we go. That's what I had to do with the back panels. And we now have Sideswipe in robot mode. In terms of articulation, the head can rotate a full 360 degrees here. And it's on a ball joint, so it can also... No, I thought it could. There's a little bit of limited up and down movement, but there really isn't much of a range there. The arms can rotate 360 degrees at the shoulder. They can bend at the elbow as well. The legs can move forward and backward. They can bend at the knee, but really they can only bend backwards at the knee if you look here. And I guess that's pretty much it in terms of the articulation. There's no waist movement, as you can see, because that has to actually lock into place. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. If you look here, and this is part of the Mecha Live feature, if you look here at the legs and you see the interconnecting, I guess they would be pistons on the actual movie model, but in this they're like a rubbery type of plastic, or maybe they're actually rubber, but as I move it you can see them stretch and that's kind of cool looking. And then if you look here on the back of the legs, you can see the pistons here, and as I move them, you can see that they'll be moving in and out. And then as I do that, if you look on the front here at this translucent blue piece, as I move that, that's moving in and out as well. So that's pretty much it for in terms of the features for the robot mode. Now he also has I guess it's an attack mode, if that's what you want to call it. The instructions don't really call it an attack mode, but you can if you want. If you look here on the upper arms here, these are the side panels that were on the car. You can flip those forward, and it will become a blade. And you can do that on both arms here. Let's go ahead and flip that around. And he's got dual blades there on his arms. Now the reason that I'm holding this figure and not setting it down on a flat surface is because, well, I don't really have a flat surface here to set it on. But also, and this is the primary reason, the figure has a hard time standing up. And the reason for that is the design of the feet. And this might be kind of dark. I'm hoping it's not. If you look at the feet, very bottom of the feet, you can see, let me get a good shot here on this one. So the toes are flat, the heel is flat, but if you look on the very bottom, you can see that it's rounded. And that's the wheel from car mode. So yeah, you cannot move the heel, so you can't angle it down, and you can't move the toe to angle it down. So it pretty much has to balance, lean forward and balance on just the toes, or you try and lean it back and balance on just the heel. And the reason for that, again, is because of the wheel here on the very bottom of the foot. So I've had quite a few issues trying to get this figure to stand up. It seems to be really more of a balancing act than anything else. Aside from that issue, and again, that is a major issue here for the robot mode, I really love the figure in the robot mode. Can I highly recommend it? Not with a major issue like the feet and actually trying to get the figure to stand up and balance. That's just inexcusable in my opinion. If Hasbro had just made it so that you could angle the toes and the heel down so that it sort of propped the figure up and then it wasn't sitting on the wheel, that would have made it a hell of a lot better. As is, even though it does look great in robot mode, I can't highly recommend it because of this problem. If you're a collector or a completist, you're going to pick this up anyways. If you don't mind trying to get it balanced and maybe having it fall over from time to time, I would say pick it up. Otherwise, you might want to pass on this, in all honesty. As great of a figure as it looks in both modes, it's got... The foot issue is just too inexcusable, if you ask me. Especially, I mean, this is the year 2009, come on. They knew the movie line was going to sell well. They knew the Sideswipe character is going to be well received. How could you have a major issue like you do with the feet? I just don't understand it. And I thought maybe there was something that I was doing wrong. But I've checked out forums, I've checked out other video reviews, and I'm not seeing anything that I'm doing incorrectly with the feet. It's just the way that it was designed, and it's hard to get it to stand. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe. Will I have any more reviews coming? Possibly. Maybe I'm going to cross my fingers for a US release of the the Legends Devastator figure. So if that comes out, I'm definitely going to be picking that up and reviewing it. Alright, so this is Jesse signing out here for my Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe review.